What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Chasing Grace. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of our patrons who are supporting this work. Please leave a comment today. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We hope you're liking the new video styles, and we hope that you like that they're every Thursday. So enjoy this one. First place we're talking about is our bow locker. Hurricane Mike is going to set us up an entire system here. We're going to have a dedicated battery charger, shut-off switches, AGM battery up front to power this bow thruster.
Very tight fit, but it's working out very, very nicely.
Can I come down there and see what you're doing?
Sure.
Amazing.
Let's hash it out.
Look, now you gotta get this red.
Come on, Chase. Come on, Chase.
Step into my office, he said.
Come into my house.
Can you imagine living with two people in this crew cabin?
We do not want to cut into the liner of the boat.
No.
You just don't want to do that. And that basically is where the tunnel should be. So, but it's okay. We just moved it forward in front of the liner. I'll dry fit, I'll put it all in there, and then I'll lay it where I need it. You got me? When it's all dry fit, this way I know where to glass the tube.
Right. It's like a big protractor.
Yeah. And they'll just spin around and get the end. That's really cool. And then this must be the tube. This is the tube for it, yeah, guys?
He uses the scribe to be able to draw the cutout that he'll need for the bow thruster. Mike did have to stop off to say hello to Charlie. He's got a really cool tool set up that he's kind of jimmy rigged himself, but it's really ingenious. He's taken a long reciprocating saw blade, like a bandsaw blade, and he's actually cut it in half to be thinner so it can curve.
One blade.
Give me a little dance, Mike.
Yes.
I mean, the hole is big enough that Charlie can literally use it as a porthole. The other thing that we have going on right now is we're worried about the water intrusion in the fiberglass. It's still peaking at red, and right now it's not a problem because we're doing work that the boat needs to be hauled out of the water for. But man, it's got to get fixed soon so we can get out of here and start saving some money. It's expensive to be in the boatyard. We have one access hatch up forward so we can access the motor, get to all the wire terminals on it, and then we have another access hatch that I can look through this shelving and see down into our battery charger.
See everything without having to go underneath it.
I like how you act everything out. Your
Brother
facial
man, I gotta
work. Because I know exactly what you're talking about.
Pops in. Beautiful.
Beauty.
Boom. Boom.
Love it.
Boom. 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 What a beautiful spot.
Nice. Okay, let's talk about rigging. Paul is back. He has brought me the mast boot collar. I got to clean it up. So we had water intrusion at the mast boot. We had water intrusion at the deck plates. We got to fix that. The first thing we're working on today, though, is we're going to install the new lifelines. Lifelines are super important.
Paul, I think we might have a problem.
Yeah.
I don't think the threads are big enough.
Huh?
I don't think the threads on this are big enough.
Threads don't match?
No.
So we move over to the deck plates, right? The old deck plates, they were green when we first got the boat, and Paul has had them re-chromed and replated. But what I need to do is resurface them underneath, re-gel coat them so that it is a nice flat, I guess good surface contact so that we don't have water intrusion under those deck plates. They're going to go down through the deck and attach to basically a big mount that's structural to the boat inside the bathroom cabinets. And to make that happen, we had to take the headliner down. A bunch of it is just looking awful, but we're getting it all put back together. The deck plates are strong from the ground up now, and we're getting ready to put this mast back in soon. All right, back to the bow thruster. Let's talk about this tube. Originally, I thought this was just a PVC tube, but Mike corrected me. It is fiberglass, which makes sense because we have to glass the tube into the boat to make it structural and make sure water doesn't come flooding into our bow. Mike is a freaking bulldog. He's in here working and sanding away and keeping the place clean somehow, constantly working to get it done. What he's going to do is he's going to cut these tubes off once they're installed, and he's going to leave a little lip on the front, and we'll glass that in.
This is stronger than just glassing it to putty. You want to glass it to here and here.
And then he's going to gel coat over everything. That little lip in the front is because we're going to build it up so that water, I guess, deflects and there's less drag because there's a big tube in the middle of the boat now. So there'll be a little kind of like scoop on the outside for water to scoop off of.
See that hurricane thruster? Hurricane thruster. Come on, baby.
Once it's gel coated, we're ready for bottom paint.
You know, just in case I ever want to add something, I would scoot it as far left as you can.
Beautiful. Exactly. Good move.
That's pretty good right there.
And that's the bow thruster pretty much wrapped.
All right, we want to clean it a little bit.
During this process, I swear, I feel like I'm going to West Marine every day. I just constantly am thinking of the little thing I need, and the store in Fort Lauderdale happens to have all of it. So I'm basically living at West Marine. I'm here today, I'm getting some PPE, some gloves, respirators, because I'm gonna start working on the cockpit repair. We get to see a good friend of ours. This is Vicky. She's actually a big fan of the videos and of Charlie here. And she is one of the reasons why I love West Marine. The people there brighten my day. So shout out to you, Vicky. So back at the boatyard, the guys from Hurricane Marine are taking their time away from the bow thruster install, and they're teaching me something about some gel coat repair. It's not something I had to do a lot of working on super yachts, and I need to do a lot of it in this cockpit. So we're getting ready, we're getting started. When the old teak came up, it was so rotten, it took a lot of glass with it. So I have lots of sanding to do, lots of gel coating to do, more sanding, more gel coat, and I'm probably going to be working on this one for weeks. The old synthetic teak that we got from Amazon, that was the original plan, and it looked pretty good, but it didn't last even a week. As soon as we moved with it, it all started peeling up and was terrible. Newsflash, you get what you pay for. So now I have to do a bunch more work to fix that. I have adhesive from the old synthetic teak, and we've made some changes. I got a cool visit from the homie today. Mads from Below Deck Sailing Yacht is here. I've become really good friends with Mads, and I'm so appreciative. She wants to come by. She's super happy for the boat and happy for me, and I love supportive friends. She's a real one.
I can't believe I've never been on this.
I know,
This is so weird.
We've had so many opportunities.
Chase, you own this? Easy.
Next Friday, we put the engine and transmission back in, prop and all that stuff. And the mast goes back on with all the new standing rigging, lifelines, and the new running rigging. And then the following
You've
week...
had all your friends down here too, I forgot.
Yeah. The following weekend, we put the 21-foot top on and the solar array and the tender and everything.
Thanks for coming by, Mads. See you later. Now it is time to head over to FJ Marine. Obviously, they're working on our full engine rebuild. I walk in and I catch him painting the engine. I wasn't expecting them to do this. I'm glad that we've went ahead and decided to spend the money, because I actually get to walk in here and see him doing everything every day.
Water around to like...
It's here, water.
Water, and then that goes around oil to cool it. Okay. That's the old stuff.
Wow.
So he's got it pretty close to the original color.
I'm learning a lot about the engine. He's putting it all together. I get to see the internals of the engine. He's showing me how things work, explaining the new wiring, harness, starter. I'm learning a lot, and my biggest thing is I want to be ready to maintain the engine if we're out in the middle of the ocean and something goes wrong. But the engine's looking good. He's bolted on the transmission. I can see the full look of what it's going to be like once we refinish that transmission, and I'm pretty excited. I'm hoping this engine's going to work as well as it looks. All right, so let's talk about paint. We're going with Atlantic Refinishing Crew, and I'm so happy that it has worked out. The first thing we got to do is get all the paint off the bottom. Doug McLeod is peeling it, getting down to bare fiberglass, and Atlantic Refinishing Crew is going to work on the paint.
This is the first step of putting it back together.
Yes, it
Every day I've come here and the boat looks more to our part.
Extensive body repair on the transom. The transom was destroyed from 30 years of people getting on and off the tender, coming on the boat. I was constantly offering the guys lunch and drinks.
You like fish sandwiches? Like grouper sandwiches? Like fried grouper sandwiches? Yeah. Huh? No, he's talking about grouper sandwiches, man. You ever get a tart?
I think we're actually going to do 2 coats of primer, sanding in between, and then we'll have 3 coats of paint go on. We're using medium gray from All Grip for the top coat, and they're actually doing what's called rolling and tipping. So they roll it on and they use the tip of a brush to lay it flat.
That one hasn't budged at all. It almost looks like it went up.
They were at the boat every single day working. These guys are amazing. I can't recommend Atlantic Refinishing Crew enough. Like, if you're in South Florida, call these guys. They're super nice. It was a pleasure to work with them.
When I put it on thick,
when you do go somewhere in the Bahamas or something and you rub up against something, it still shows gray. It's not a big cloud, white streak.
Right.
Because you rub some of the paint on, so everything is gray even underneath. And we kind of brushed them out, but we had to get this done before weather kicked out. So.
So I get there one morning and Kurt's helper isn't there yet, and he wants to roll. This guy works fast, and it's so hot in South Florida that you really gotta work quickly to make the paint go on well. So I'm pushing him on this cart. It's a little teamwork. I had a lot of fun working with this guy. When the paint is finished and I stand back and look at this finished product, it is just better than I could have expected. I can't believe that they rolled and brushed this on. The guys are truly artists.
Coming out up in this area too.
Yeah. So she was talking to me about the repair. I mean, I see all this filler and stuff. But
Yeah.
you think it broke off here and then they put it back on? And, yeah?
Yeah. Yes, the thing, you never know what's underneath that bottom paint.
Right. It hides lots of stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Before you sell it, you think.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously here, right, maybe had a crack from hitting bottom. You know, it's been chartering for 30 years, so not too surprising. They've drilled all these holes to let some of the moisture escape, because this one was just full of moisture.
So we got another visit from a good friend, Alex. If you're not watching him on Winter House right now, by the way, you should be watching. The show's coming out as this video is coming out. Great friend, always down to help. I'm running to West Marine today to pick up a product that just came in. It's actually a gift from one of my patrons. Thank you so much, Mike. Really appreciate you. This is the CFX3100. Basically it's a fridge freezer, and we're gonna run it off of a 110 outlet. My original plan is to put it in the aft cabin. We're making one of the cabins a single bed, and we're gonna have kind of like a garage next to it for extra storage. But when Alex and I get on the boat, we quickly realize it doesn't fit. I guess I didn't use a ruler or a measuring tape. I just didn't check.
That really sucks. I'm so dumb.
It'll fit. What's going on, guys? I'm sorry I have to interrupt your daily vlog content, but I have to come to you and I have to ask for some help.
Guys, we want to talk to you about Patreon. You know, a lot of people put ads in the middle of their videos. We're just sponsored by ourselves. We're completely crowdfunded. You know, we're working, I'm driving Uber, we're trying to do this stuff and partner with companies and make money from these videos to support this project. But people like yourselves who are on Patreon are really helping us. Really quickly, it's a subscription service. You don't have to sign up. Our content will always be free. We want to put it out. We want to inspire. We want to share the boat with people. But if you sign up, it's as little as $5 a month, and we have a bunch of cool stuff on there. You have merchandise and meetups and private messages with us and cool access to a few exclusive videos. You also get early access to all the YouTube videos. You see some of the behind the scenes of what we're doing right now, current time. And we are giving away, we're announcing it on Christmas, December 25th. We're going to announce we're giving away a full week to one of our lucky patrons and their family to come and visit us in the Exumas in Bahamas. We're going to give you a whole trip on the boat. You can come out. I'm really excited to share this journey. You know, what we're trying to do is we're trying to spend the next 5 to 6 years and do a circumnavigation. We want to go surfing and diving and live a full life. We want to help a lot of people along the way. We want to do good things with this boat. I want to have 100 people come out to the boat over the next 5 years. And the first one is getting announced December 25th on Christmas. One of our lucky patrons and their family is going to be able to come out to the boat. We're going to have you for a week. We're going to give you a luxury charter, take care of you, cook for you, do some adventures, get you in the water. So if that interests you, and if you feel so led to support us, you can do it for as little as $5 a month. You don't have to, but we really appreciate it. We're trying to transition from working our full-time jobs to do this video thing, and we really enjoy it. We're working our butts off. So if you feel like you can support us, the link to Patreon is in the description of this video. Thanks for even considering it, you know, and if not, that's cool. Back to the video. So we've been doing all this work and the boat gets absolutely destroyed. You know, all of these things, the bow thruster, the rigging, the engine, it's all happening at once, and there's lots of contractors on and off the boat. For my own mental sanity, for the crew's sanity, we have to get this boat cleaned up. So I spent a whole couple days getting it all put back together just so I can walk in the damn cabins again. You know, we want to get all this work done, but I don't want the interior of the boat to be destroyed when we leave. So I love working with my hands. I love doing this stuff and being hands-on and making old things look new. But this gel coat repair in the cockpit is really getting old. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of man hours. We're basically doing it all day, every day, outside of having meetings with contractors. I'm not really wearing coveralls or anything. I'm just doing this barefoot and in boardies. There's a hose in the boatyard, and Charlie and I are taking some showers pretty much every day because we're getting filthy.
And so when that dries, it'll be pretty level. Because keep in mind, I'm going to gel coat it and cover it in synthetic teak.
Sanding in between each one, and we have to get in all the corners, and we're sitting out in the sun all day. It's hot as hell. Another shout out to Hurricane Marine for hooking us up and giving us some of this gel coat product and teaching us how to do it. It's always nice to learn from an artist, really, who's been doing this kind of boat work for a while. And I must say, we're doing a pretty good job. I'm proud of ourselves. The other difficult thing is we have to walk on here, right? So every time we gel coat something, then we have to avoid that area, cover it up, make sure it doesn't get dust in it while we're sanding the other areas. So the cockpit's looking great. 2 weeks of work is worth it. I'm glad that we got all this repair done. It was tough, but I'm admiring how it looks right now. I had a call from Jeff at Deck-It. It's a company that makes marine flooring. It's a luxury product, really nice, and they're based out of Allendoss, South Carolina. It's basically my hometown. It's where I went to high school. So I wanted to work with these guys. I approached them and they said, yeah, we can hook it up. And I'm so appreciative for you, Deck-It. If you want to see the synthetic teak install, we're going to do, this cockpit is going to look amazing, like so much nicer than I could have afforded if I didn't partner with Deck-It. So I'm super appreciative, and we're gonna have a whole video for the process of installing that new marine flooring, and you'll see all that. It's really cool, guys, so stay tuned.
Yes!
So we're replacing the keel bolts like I mentioned in the last video. The engine being out is a good excuse for us to replace them, and the old ones were super rusty. So FJ Marine has stopped by. He's had some new bolts manufactured, and it's a quick out with the drill, fill it with silicone, new ones in. Paul stops by, and we're making a plan to meet up soon at the Super Yacht Village once all the parts for the mast have come in. We got new lights, we have Windex, we have a bunch of doohickeys to go on the mast to keep us safe and let us sail. And we're trying to get the mast dialed to go back in the boat. We're running all the lines, we're getting all the lights on, we're getting the Windex on, we're getting it ready to the point where we can drop it in. So I'm also here cleaning off the mast today, where it goes through the deck and it's going to be taped up with the mast boot tape. We have to prep that surface, and there's just some damage from before, so I'm making sure that the mast is clean so that we can have good adhesion where it goes through the deck. And we're also taking off the old lines today. Not only are we replacing our standing rigging, but we're also replacing our running rigging. It's all the lines, anything that moves to help us go sailing. We're splicing the old line to the new line, and then basically as we pull the old line out, we pull the new line in, and it's a pretty easy process.
Yeah, just pull. I'm gonna make sure nothing else moves. Give it a bounce, like a tug. Okay, like that. So nothing's crisscrossed, is good. And set up the next one.
I'm pulling it tight.
Alright, just keep that, hold that. Alright, everything looks nice.
If the springs get gummed up, or the pawls don't move and engage the gears, you're not gonna. It won't catch. Now you have a freewheel winch, or it's using half the strength. It's gonna fail on it.
But we're craning up the mast from the Super Yacht Village, putting on this crazy lawn trailer. We're gonna drive it over to Royal Palm where we are, and we're gonna unload it with a forklift, put it on some carts, push it into the yard, and batten everything up. So now we're gonna attach all the standing rigging, make sure that it's ready to go in tomorrow.
It's crazy to me that it's these little bolts holding this shit on.
Yeah, well, because it's all compression, so
Yeah.
it's not going to come out the other way. You push against the spreader to bend it up.
Ready?
Okay, we'll get it. Relax.
is that because we haven't tensioned, or it's just like
I suppose. It'll come
you
down.
pull that, it looks pretty tight.
It starts to get, yeah. Because these start at such a positive angle
Right.
that once you load it up, it'll straighten.
So it's super sketchy to put a mast into a boat. And it's even sketchier when the boat is lifted up and sitting on stilts in the yard and a storm is rolling through. So it's me, it's Paul, it's his buddy Christian, and pretty much everyone at the yard chipping in to make this happen today. We don't want the mast to fall on the boat. We don't want to crack anything when the mast is going through the deck into its seat. So we go really slowly. I'm a little bit nervous that the storm is rolling in. I don't want lightning to strike us right about now. But as we get the mast setting down through the deck and actually place where it sits in the boat, the first thing we hook up is the forestay. So basically where our jib and our roller furler are, that's fixed. There is no tensioning there. So we hook that up and then we work our way back. So side stays, back stays. And we tension everything down and tune it all up. And God, I'm so happy that this mast is back in. It's finally looking like a sailboat again. All right, another one done and dusted. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think of this. If you hate it, comment. If you love it, comment. And I want to say a huge thank you to all the patrons who are already supporting. You guys mean the world to me. I really enjoy being able to meet you and have conversations with you guys. Can't wait to get some more of you on the boat. Thank you for making this video possible. And make sure you come back next Thursday because we're going to be showing you the engine going back into the boat, finishing the paint, and we're nearing launch day. So we're catching up to real time here soon. And we have some really cool stuff in store for you. So come back next Thursday. Thank you guys so much. Cheers to you wherever you are in the world. Bye.
Like 1,700 people.
Gotcha, no worries.
I love you. Thanks. Oh my god. That is so cute. Kurt! I got you.